So welcome to an Origin of Energy movement clip. It's Friday, back at the stairs. So doing 10 sets on my second round of 5. So my first set just doing sprint. Second and third set I did a jungle climb each side, running up the hill. And then the fourth set, carry Dennis. Then the fifth set, single stair, double stair, triple stair. Single stair, double stair, triple stair. And there's 13 flights. So I'm back into it, having lots of fun, listening to my body and just enjoying life. So I just do my sixth set now, and just doing a sprint. Woo. So it's the seventh set, doing one on this side, and I go to the other side for my eighth set. But no rest, my active rest is walking down the stairs, and then I go into the ninth set, which will be carrying Dennis. Yeah. So I'm up to my ninth set, carrying Dennis. So just thought I'd share with you a big thing that a lot of people always talk about is that we can't feed the world on organic food. At the moment we've got approximately 1.5 billion hectares of farmable land. We've got 6 billion people. So that means that we've got about a quarter of a hectare each to farm, and obviously that's different climates and stuff. Some is better for farming, but in 1909 Professor King, if you read his book, it's online, Farmers of 40 Centuries, showed that on 1/6 of an acre you can support a healthy human being with animals and correct methods of agriculture. So it really is quite disconnected. It's just that currently a method of organic farming isn't what I would call organic. It's really conventional organic, meaning that they're using monocropping, and instead of using chemical fertilizers they're just using organic ones. So it's not really any different. It's really still ruining the soil. Not as bad, but when you farm that way organically it's actually harder. But you really need to use polyculture systems. So if you make your food from healthy soil, makes healthy plants, makes healthy animals, makes healthy, strong human beings, so you can do stuff like this. So highly recommend going to www.polyfacefarms.com and look at the work of Joel Salatin, and he shows how you can build a farm that's not dictated by size. So it's size neutral in the sense that you can keep a small farm, get a great amount of produce off it, and really use polyculture systems that support one another like a natural ecosystem, instead of monocropping like we're doing with all the corn and the soy. And then even now, we've got conventional organic, which does the same thing. So it's really up to all of us to vote with our dollar, so that way we can really obtain real health and have a body that performs really well athletically and recovers, doesn't get beaten up with exercise like this, but actually gets stimulated to get stronger by this. So each week it's getting easier. It's still bloody hard. So I'm just doing my last set, 10th one, and just got single stairs, first flight, second flight, double stairs, third flight, triple stairs, and I just repeat that pattern as I go through. Another thing I'd like to address is, people say, oh, organic food and conventional food, there's no difference in nutrition and vitamins, minerals, We've got studies now to show it in Newcastle University in the UK. I'm not really 100% supportive of that because they haven't released everything yet. It's a $12 million study, and also the fact that it's funded by the EU, the European Union. I'm a bit kind of skeptical about that. But if you study traditional tribes that lived off a sustainable ecosystem, so whether they were herders moving across the land, or whether they're hunter-gatherers, or whether I like the Hunza that use composting methods to keep a natural ecosystem flowing. They lived in that natural, sustainable ecosystem that really looked at the law of renewal, obtained a higher level of health. So that's what I'd really like to see studies done on stuff like that, as opposed to conventional organic farming, which is really not working. Even though it might be slightly better, but then they complain about not having as much yield off that system. But if we don't give back to the soil, we just keep living in this system of perpetual waste where we keep, decreasing the nutrients in the soil. So the reason why I'm talking about this stuff while I'm under higher level of stress, because I realise most people in the world now are under a huge amount of stress. So I've got to try and bring myself to that level of mental, emotional and physical stress, so that way I can be empathetic to where you're at in your life, because you've got so many things going on at once. So trust me, it is possible, but if we really put back into the soil and nourish it, then it will nourish us, because the soil, plant, animal and our health is one and indivisible. So here's my last set. Keep having fun, love life, and just take the time. Do your research, look on the Weston A. Price Foundation site, go to our site and look at all the cool stuff on there, and you get to watch it in videos instead of having to read. But there's plenty of stuff out there. Professor King's book's free online, Farmers of 40 Centuries, and then you can also study an agricultural testament by Sir Albert Howard, who was the founder of the full organic movement. He's got awesome stuff on there. So keep having fun, love and life, and I'll see you soon.